You know that strange moment when you're half awake, unsure if you're still dreaming? For a few seconds, the walls feel less solid. The memories feel less trustworthy. And you wonder, what if this whole thing is just another dream you haven't woken up from? Or maybe it happens while scrolling through your phone. The headlines, the AI-generated images, the endless feeds of people's lives, all blurring together. You pause and feel the familiar unease. How do I even know what's real anymore? We don't usually say this out loud, but most of us carry a quiet suspicion that reality might not be as real as we pretend it is. That maybe the rules aren't fixed and maybe the stories we're told aren't really the whole picture. Every human being does this. We all check, we all question, we all feel that flicker of doubt. Most of us carry it quietly behind our routines, behind the scrolling, behind the constant "I'm fine" you say out loud to yourself. The comfortable story we cling on is simple. Reality is real. The world follows rules. Memories can be trusted. It's a story that helps us sleep at night, pay our bills, show up to work, and keep moving. And at first it feels safe. If we can trust the world, we can plan, we can achieve, and we can hope. But here's the thing, even the people who seem most grounded, most in control, are quietly haunted by tiny doubts. You're not broken, you're not alone. Every human being feels it at some point. That tiny persistent whisper, is any of this really real? That whisper isn't weakness. It's awareness, it's curiosity, and it's exactly the thing that can open your eyes to a deeper understanding of the world and yourself. If reality isn't as solid as we assume, what does that mean for how we live? Every experience you've ever had, every joy, every fear, every memory passes through the filter of perception. Your brain interprets light, sound, touch, and emotion, then stitches it together into a story called your life. But that story isn't the world itself, it's a reconstruction. Imagine looking at a movie through a scratched lens. You see the plot and you feel the emotions, but you're not experiencing the projector or the film reel. Only your mind's version of it. That's all any of us ever really know. And yet, paradoxically, this is what makes life meaningful. If reality is a construction, then each moment is an opportunity. Each choice, each glance, each conversation is a brushstroke on a canvas that only you perceive, which means you are both the observer and the creator. Now, here is the realization. It's not chaos, it's responsibility. You're living in a world of possibilities and the rules are less fixed than they seem. Your sense of what's real may wobble, shift, and surprise you. And in that very wobble lies freedom. Look around and you can see it everywhere. Two people can experience the same event and tell two completely different stories about what happened. In arguments, when you misremember the conversation and swear you were right. At work, the same meeting can feel inspiring to one and critical to another. Even in history, where whole nations rewrite their past depending on who's in power. So which one is real? Our brains don't record reality like a camera. They interpret it, edit it, sometimes even invent it. Each person is living in their own version of reality, shaped by perception, memory, and expectation. Even in everyday life, tiny glitches remind us that reality is filtered. A song triggers a memory, but the memory isn't exact. A news story informs us, but facts are interpreted through language, emotion, and context. Our sense of what's happening is never raw. It's always refracted through ourselves. Reality, it seems, is not a monolith, but a mosaic of perspectives. The more you notice it, the more patterns emerge. The world isn't lying to you, it's showing you that the only constant is your own experience, your own interpretation. And realizing that, truly seeing it, changes everything. Now, it can feel unsettling to realize that reality isn't fixed, that what you see, remember, and believe is filtered, constructed, and sometimes contradictory. But there's a quiet liberation in this awareness. If reality isn't a rigid framework, then you're not trapped by it. You can let go of the pressure to have everything figured out, to trust every memory, or to meet every expectation. Understand meaning doesn't disappear when reality wobbles. It becomes more intimate, more personal. The moments that feel most alive, a laugh, a connection, a sudden sense of awe, aren't defined by objective truth. They're real to you. And in that personal reality, there's freedom, depth, and possibility. The uncertainty you feel isn't a threat. It's an invitation to live more fully in your own perception, to pay attention, and to value the life you're experiencing right now. So how do you make this awareness useful in your daily life? Start with small observations. Try to notice when reality feels uncertain or shaky, a memory that doesn't quite match, a news story that confuses you, or a moment that seems strangely vivid. Pause and reflect. This is my experience. This is my perception. With this, each day becomes an opportunity to observe, appreciate, and participate consciously in the world you perceive. I'm going to suggest a challenge to try. This week, whenever you notice reality feeling uncertain or your perception shifting, pause for a moment and ask yourself, what part of this experience is real to me right now? Notice it without judgment. Let yourself feel it, write it down, or even share it with someone you trust. The goal isn't to solve reality or pin it down. It's to become aware of your own experience and to honor the way life unfolds through your perception. Because in the end, reality may always be filtered, uncertain, and shifting, but your attention, your awareness, and the life you notice in the moment are most undeniably real.